Hi, everybody. It's Linda G coming to you from Northern California. Nice and sunny. Been cold in the morning. Been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So today I got a lot done. Yesterday I went and got a new bed, and the bed is for the head can go up and down. I like that because I'm old. And so my junk guys came today. They always remove all those boxes I have and whatever I need moved. I didn't have them take the old mattress, because it's part of the price for buying the new mattress. So, but I had them move it into another room because I probably had 50,000 balls underneath that bed. It was kind of embarrassing. He goes, "We usually find sex toys." I said, "Not in this house. Hell to the no." I said, "You might find one of my ex-husbands." So there was about 50,000 balls. When the dogs were little, this is how long it's been since anybody's been underneath there. So Lulu's 8, Jack is 7. And when they were little, they used to like to climb under the bed, but they'd get stuck and cry, and it was a big deal to get them out. So we started putting things. My son had some old stuff. It's out in the garage now. I don't know if he wants some. Some of them were costumes when they were little. So for Halloweeny. So I went underneath there. I did 2 full bags of balls, and a lot of them still squeak. And the wife came with her husband that picks up my stuff. She says, "You just don't reuse them." I said, "Oh, hell no. Those dogs know when a ball's been touched. They will go up to a ball, even though it can still squeak, sniff it, and walk away. They got to have new balls." She goes, "God, they're spoiled." You think? I swear to God, they just look and they know that the ball has been used, the squeaky ball has been used. I ain't taking that. Shoot. So anyway, mazel tov. Okay, real quick. There's some things that this won't be long. There's some things I want to get into, but I got to tell you just now on MSNBC, I guess Michelle Obama gave the reason. I didn't see the reason why she didn't go to the inauguration. But apparently, whatever she said, they loved, because she was like, "Well, I worked for 8 years in the White House where no matter how I felt, I had to do it. And I didn't feel like I wanted to do it. So there you go." And then the guy that's at this session said, "Well, then they decide something's wrong with her marriage." Isn't that typical? And you should see the ugly things like Nancy Mace is saying about the Pope, including Roger Stone. Roger Stone said he's a communist and he'll burn in hell. And Nancy Mace, I guess she had some sort of a town hall, and somebody said, "Shouldn't we have a minute for the Pope?" And instead of being a good person saying, "Sure, we'll do a minute in remembrance of the Pope," she said, "What about remembrance of," and she named these people that were killed by aliens or illegals. Too bad people weren't thinking on their feet. They could have mentioned all the people, all the perverts and people going to jail that represent church that are perverts. You should see them. I've yet to see a trans. So anyway, that's me talking. Sorry, you guys, but I liked what he said. And then they decide that there must be something wrong with her marriage, because she's married to the president. She needs to follow what he does. Now, I know that Clinton and Hillary showed up. I don't understand that. I don't understand even them going to the lunch that he had the first time he won. And he made them stand up and talked about what wonderful people they are. And then behind closed doors and in front of the press, he starts talking trash about Hillary. Everything was trash. But they're just, the whole group of them are horrible. So here's the deal. So now Trump is going to be at the Pope's funeral. No word on Biden yet, but I don't see why Biden wouldn't go. He loved the Pope. The Pope was his friend. However, could he possibly not go because Trump is there? Let's take a look at Trump going to the funeral. Trump going to the funeral. Just remember something else I need to tell you guys. Let me just write it down because I'll forget. Trump going to the Pope's funeral. I see people thinking about how they can get rid of him. You know, the Pope didn't like Trump, not at all. But he wasn't a hateful person. He didn't like the way he was treated. You know why Roger Stone and Nancy Mace hate the Pope so much? It's because he was for the poor and the immigrant. So that's their hope. Yeah. Tell me. Going to be on Saturday, so it's coming up. I see conversations taking place. I almost feel maybe the Italian Secret Service or somebody, maybe the Pontiff, somebody's telling him they can't. I don't know. There's some sort of threats going on, and I almost feel they're telling him, sir, we can't make sure you're okay. I just saw that. I just saw Intel telling him, or maybe it's even American Intel, telling him there's something going on, and we can't assure you that you're going to be okay. He's really jealous if he knows that Biden's going to go. That's part of the reason he's going. He doesn't want Biden representing him. He thinks they were friends. Just like he said, the Queen knighted him behind closed doors. Did you see that? We didn't really tell anybody, but she, oh my God. She also told me I was the best present. She made fun of him by wearing the brooch that Obama bought her. Okay. A lot of battling going on. Big disappointment. Okay, I'll just give you the hit. I just got a hit, you guys. I just got a hit. I just felt people ignoring him, snubbing him, putting their nose up to him. Is Macron going to be there? I see people there that are bigwigs that are going to ignore him. Probably Germany will be there. And like, yeah, whatever, dude. Oh, I got my nails off. I'm going a la naturelle. Tell me what's going to happen. There's something that feels like it's going to happen this weekend. Let me look. Let me look, you guys. What's going to happen to Donald Trump at the Pope's funeral? Does he even go? Does he even go? It says stay put. So many people, maybe the word because there'll be so many people around, and a military plane. Interesting. Planned outcome. And housing issues. I don't know if he can sleep on Air Force One or whatever. He can go and leave and be up in the air. They're really hustling about what they're going to do. They're really hustling, you guys. But I'm not seeing like we were hoping. I'm not seeing him being taken out. But I do see a humiliation, like nobody really cares. Now, there'll be some of those pontiff people there, but aren't they all in sequester? They can't mix them after the funeral. They can't mix amongst the regulars, especially Satan spawn. But I don't see him. I almost feel, Italy is part of the IC. They could arrest Trump while he's there, but I'm not seeing an arrest. Doggone it, you guys. Too bad we didn't see an arrest or something. But doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I'm just not seeing it. Okay, so Dick Durbin is stepping down, and if he stepped down any other time, I'd worry, but he's going to step down, and it's cool because another Democrat will take his place. Because that's the language that's going on now. If you want to replace with another Democrat, now's the time because everybody hates Trump so much. Did you see how bad his numbers are? Especially Elon Musk. He's really bad. Okay. So Hedgehog. I told you that I felt like Trump wants to hold on to him because he kisses the ring and he looks at him as a good person. And he doesn't even care. They acted like they cared about Hillary, but it was a big show. It was just trying to humiliate her. But the thing is, Hedgehog is just lying and lying about everything, you guys. He's lying about, oh, it was nothing. Yeah, it was something. It was something. So let's look at Hedgehog. But I felt like a lot of pressure. I felt internationally that the people would not be interested in carrying on with him or giving the United States anything because they don't trust him. Apparently, the whole Houthi or whoever, they own the airport in Yemen, and they've been shooting down all kinds of American, what do you call those? They're not UFOs. What do you call them? You know what I'm talking about. They're shooting them down at something $1 billion a piece, I heard. Because it's their airport, they can. He's just going in circles. This guy is so full of himself. He thinks he's all that. And did you see him on Fox News when he was just reaming into Hillary Clinton? Anybody that gives out valuable secrets, or they need to be fired on the spot. So Trump is kind of defiant, like because everybody wants him gone, he's not going to take him out. Yeah, there's a lot of disappointment here. There's a lot of disappointment and some more bad news. Some more bad news. Um, his house is upside down. His celebration is upside down. Hold on, you guys, 1 second. Okay. He's got the evil on him. Here's Trump. Here's news coming in. Here's disappointment. And here's reversed prosperity. I don't know if he talks to him and says, you're going to have something else is going to happen. And he's going to tell him, Pete, you, do me a favor, step out because I hate to have to fire you. Something like that. It'll look better if you step out on your own. He keeps giving him room. He doesn't know who we'd replace him with. I want you guys not to worry because you said, dear God, what if he tries to put Michael Flynn in there? It doesn't matter if he puts him up, Michael Flynn wouldn't get in. Okay, so I wanted to thank real quick, I wanted to thank Diane Rose. She did this cute little Newton's point of view, little doggy book. It's really cute. And also to Daphne Mobley, The Pet Effect, Healing and Learning Life's Lessons from Pets that we learn. Does she have a great smile? She's a veterinarian coach and motivational speaker. And also to my friend, I sent him the thank you. But here we go. Where is he? Rick. He had gone to the Virgin Mary. He got me some holy water. I drink that with my cocktails in the evening. And a nice rosary. Look at that. I think he got this at Fatima. Nice. But the holy water I really like. And some incense that he bought there that smells really good. Mother Mary, Mary, Mother of God. Very nice. Smells a little bit like myrrh, frankincense, and Virgin of Guadalupe. So very nice. Thank you, you guys. Okay, so where were we? Well, so China is calling Trump a chicken, you know what? That he basically faltered because he's saying, no, I'm going to be very nice to China. I'm going to work with them. And he also said he wasn't going to fire our guy that oversees our finances, who's in until June of next year, I think. And the stock market went up over 1,000. Now it dropped down to 400. But you should see all the people on CNBC and billionaire investors said Trump is eroding the U.S. brand. See, he's just blowing it. He keeps dilly-dallying and up and down, just like with anybody else, any strong CEO, any strong president would have fired Hedgehog. And remember when our one guy didn't tell the president that he'd had a heart surgery for 2 days? He was out or something, and he apologized to the moon and back. You don't see Hedgehog apologizing. That was nothing. I don't know what you guys are talking. He's such a pompous. Oh, he's going though. That I can tell you. He's going. He's going to do something else. He's going. Okay, so Durbin, I don't want you to worry. He will be replaced. Hedgehog, we've told you, there's some sort of stepping down with him. Something else is going to come up. Now, what did I tell you guys a while ago, some years ago? I told you guys something was going to happen with DeSatan, and that and that his wife was involved. Remember I told you guys that? It was something, it felt like money. And then when she said, oh, send the hurricane money to me, I said, uh-oh, something's wrong with that. And then apparently he got money and he shipped some money to her to give back to him. I told you she's in trouble. So is he. Let's look. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I don't know why I'm getting this. I'm just going to tell you guys. I feel like the Pope, who was a man, a human man, designated as a Pope by this institution of the Catholics. He wasn't a saint. He might be determined to be a saint later, a miracle worker. But I felt like a lot of people on the other side were excited to see him. I even feel like Mother Mary was right there. And then I found out later that was one of his favorites, Mother Mary. In fact, he's being buried in a church that signifies Mary. And I felt like he's in with the in crowd over there. Because he really was good. He was a good man. And you know, he's human, and he never tried to act like Mother Teresa. He never tried to act like he was all that in a cup of tea. He was, you know, he got the privilege of being able to not worry about feeding himself or a roof over his head, but he really had he had a Pisces rising, I think. Andre said that. So he had a real sense of humanity. So tell me about the Satan. I just saw his smiling face. Oh, he's so happy not to be in that body anymore, you guys. Did you saw how he struggled? I saw his hands when he was doing the mass for Easter and he could barely talk. In fact, there was a couple of cardinals or somebody out in the audience, and they said later, oh, this is going to be his last time because he struggled just to say something. So, okay, here we go. Don't forget, I'm on this Sunday with Sterling. Florida's falling under the water. What is this? Florida is having issues, you guys. Florida, there's some parts that's okay, but by under the water, I'm not necessarily talking about, which it will have flooding come hurricane season, but I feel like, housing is bad, finances are bad. They just decided children can work. But here's the thing, you can't force the children to work. And I see a lot of parents say, no, they want to go back to the good old days that houses in poverty, their children had to work too. Ooh, explosive situation. Explosive, all in it for the money. Duh. They're going to ask for help. Tornado winds. Big trouble is coming. I told you. I told you. They will be taken out by force. There's trouble right here in New York City. Well, Florida. I love it, you guys. This is big. This is huge. So DeSatan's wife is in big trouble. There could even be charges. She could even be taken out in handcuffs. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. 1 second. I wanted to tell you guys that we're going to look at Cash Patel because apparently he's using our taxpayer money to get hockey tickets. He's not even showing up to work. But I wanted to take a look at, let's look at Cash Patel. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. Do me a favor. The next time you see a picture of Marco Rubio, current picture of Marco Rubio, look at his eyes. They were showing something on the news of things he had said about we've got to be good to illegals, we've got to do this, we've got to, when he was reasonable. Now he's got this ugly, almost like his eyes have changed, like he's part of Satan. I swear to God, you guys, I don't know if Trump had something over him, but there's something wrong with him. His eyes, there's something wrong. Like he was forced into doing this job. This isn't something, I don't know if he thought this would look good on his resume, but nobody will want him after this. Tell me about Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio, he's a sinking ship. In future time, he's a sinking ship. He's a politician's politician, and he'll be uprooted and taken out. He's really, he's got nothing. He's got nothing. Okay, he's a nothing burger. Now, I want to look at Cash Patel. Also, so they were talking about they're having their first meeting of the task force to eradicate anti-Christian bias. But if you're Muslims, it's a horse of a different color, right? That's okay. But not anti-Christian bias. People are saying, you're making my anti-Christians bias flare up. Okay. And I keep hearing whispering. So I think there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of chatter, there's a lot of intel going on that's not being captured by the people who should be because they've cut it up so much. And I'm going to look at RFK too because he's in big trouble. Okay, tell me about Cash Patel. I think Trump has talked to him and said, dude, you got to show up. This happened in his first time he was. Remember, he had these people that were buying all this stuff. One guy was taking trips to do this and that. They seem the minute they get in his administration, they take advantage. But he got rid of Bannon. Bannon, and he was just jealous because Bannon got on the cover of Time. Tell me about Ash Patel. He's smoking something too. I see him smoking something, getting him high. Maybe he's hanging out with Elon. First one I get is Rocket SpaceX. That's could be hanging out with Elon. Military plane, so he's definitely taking advantage, coercing and manipulation. And an uprising rebellion will be up against, I think it's the whole earthquake shakeup. We're not talking about the earth shaking. We're talking about the administration. There's stuff coming up, you guys. But I feel, besides Marco Rubio, I feel Cash Patel is in some big trouble. Cash Patel is even worse. And down the road, it's not right away. It'll be to Satan and his wife. Down the road, it's going to be them. So just mark my words. So this task force, to eradicate anti-Christian bias, they'll put them in jail. They'll send you to El Salvador. I'm telling you right now, that's how ugly these people are. El Salvador. I want you to know Garcia's coming home. Can't tell you when, but I'll tell you he's coming home. What about these anti-Christian with this attorney general, Pam Bondi? Oh, she's got time for that, but she doesn't have time for anything else, like making sure we don't get blown up by another country. Tulsi Gabbard's in trouble too. I don't know why her face just came. Ooh, Pam Bondi is a controlled puppet. She does what the master says. Social media, she loves being on social media. A volcanic mountain, some big heartbreak is coming, which will be spreading and mutating. Worldwide Earth, there's some big deals. There's some big stuff getting ready to come up. Oh, she's going to act innocent and truthful. Innocent and truthful. So yeah, she has trouble, but not as bad as Marco Rubio and the Satan and Cash Patel. She doesn't get hit quite immediately. Okay, so now I want to ask about RFK. So he's challenging the vaccine. The thing is, why can't you just leave this stuff alone? Why don't you now he wants the red dye out of things. I don't mind that kind of stuff. But leave the vaccines, if people want to give their children the vaccines, they can. Or if I want to have a COVID vaccine, I can. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. But he's trying to challenge where you can't even have it. Somebody's worm is talking to him too loud. Oh, some ransomware hackers have demanded $1 trillion from Doge. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, here we go. Now listen. Let me tell you this first. I was doing RFK, okay? Let me tell you this first. First of all, Mr. Tangerine Man is not going to be able to do his stuff that he thought he could do. He's ruined the economy. He's ruined the ability for the United States to trust him. His numbers are so down. He's down at 42% now. Nobody trusts him with the economy. Billionaires are already turned off by him. He's not going to get the kumbaya help that he thought he was going to get. I'm almost seeing, but we'll take a look at this. Remind me to look at this later. I'm almost seeing that big military parade may be canceled because so many people are pissed off. Maybe so many people are deciding to come out and march that he decides not to do it. Remember, I saw those people up on the roof. I'm wondering, is that literally, or is that us Americans saying, no, you're not going to do this? They say in his office, he has a little, plaster thing of the mount, wherever it is, with Lincoln and Teddy Roosevelt and who else is on there? Washington and his face. He could okay for something like that to happen, but it will take years to do, and they would turn around and break it down. Okay, so here we go. RFK, tell me about RFK. See, there's more people that want the vaccine than there are that don't. He's talking to 10% of the population. The ones that didn't, that were all upset about having to wear a mask or having, a lot of them aren't that way, and a lot of them died. RFK, tell me about RFK. But I don't mind like taking the red dyes out and stuff like that. But he doesn't even want water monitored. So you're drinking crap in your water. Apparently, a whole bunch of kids got sick on E. coli lettuce, and the FDA is not allowed to tell us what lettuce and where. But a whole bunch of people are getting sick. So what are you going to do? You're just going to have to stop eating salads. Oh, imprisoned and detained. Now, I never saw that with him, but maybe he's imprisoned in his own duties. Keep quiet. Resigns and leaves office. There's some situation coming up. Classified knowledge. There's some situation coming up for him that could be a killer. Or it could even mean that when Trump starts going down, he has to leave. I just see a lot of people working against him. I don't know who, like the Pentagon is falling apart. Let's just look at the Pentagon real quick. Then I'll let you guys go. And I'll probably be back. What's tomorrow? Thursday is my 3 card for my members. Sunday is, I'll probably do 2 shows on Sunday. Tell me about Pentagon. And the guys that were the right-hand people of Hedgehog were fired, and they don't understand why. But he's assuming that he's assuming they were part of the leak. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And my friend Dan just sent me something, so I'll read it out to you guys. Strategic planning. Now, remember I often told you that they were kind of behind closed doors and talking, because remember, and here's the other thing Hedgehog did. He invited Elon Musk about China, and apparently Trump was furious about that. He said, why is Musk going in on a meeting about China? Block it now. He was very mad about that. Strategic planning, public life burnout, controlled narrative. So they're going through the motion and they're a sinking ship. Fire heat wave. So a lot of stuff is getting ready. A rulership handover. I don't know if this is United States. This could be something else. Lies and deception, which we know. The sun is in the hope strings of wishes. So it'll work out, but look at this. Evidence of a scandal. We are getting scandal cards left and right, especially with Hedgehog and Patel. Marco Rubio's just energetically gone. Look at those eyes. I tell you, that is it. Listen, there's a movie I saw the other day, which I saw years ago, and I didn't realize it was done by the guy that did that movie with, I just went blank. Hold on. The movie is called Devil. Okay. The Devil. Not deviled eggs. This thing is gonna hold on, let me put this on pause. It is a movie, a story by M. Night Shyamalan. He does a lot of movies. It's called The Devil. It was done in 2010. He appears in a lot of the movies that he does. The other movie, he did The Sixth Sense, Split, Unbreakable, Glass, The Watchers, Signs. You know, the one with Mel Gibson, Signs. That was a good movie. I own that. But The Devil is edge of your seat, but don't watch it if you're scared because it's pretty intense. Oh my God, what a good movie. I forgot how good it was. The Devil, done in 2010. And it was excellent. Okay, so before we go, let's see what my friend sent me. Walmart and Target CEOs privately warned Trump that his tariffs could lead to empty shelves soon.
Unknown caller.
Whoops. I had to answer that. That was Mancini Sleep World. So we knew there was going to be empty shelves because most of their stuff they get from China. But, you know, you can talk to him till you're blue in the face. He's somebody was marching on him and said, "Hey, Trump." Oh, that's from my friend Jeff. "Hey, Trump, nobody paid us to be here. We all hate you for free." Can you believe Elon Musk saying these people were paid? This was, you know, worked. And they were showing like in Chicago, like blocks and blocks. Oh, but Ruth, what's her name? Rachel Maddow. She did a funny bit on that. Oh yeah, all these people were paid. No, I think they did it for free, Elon. I think they pretty much hate you for free. It was wonderful, you guys. So tonight I'm going to be sleeping on the couch. I have two extra bedrooms because my other son's not here, so I could sleep on his bed. But nobody's got a TV. I'm the only one who likes TV, so I'll sleep on the couch so I can watch TV. That's how I roll. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you guys, I love you all. I'll catch you probably tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, and we shall do this again.